And so the S&P 500 just suffered its worst week since mid-June, where small caps were the biggest losers this week. The S&P 500 is down 5 days in a row, the longest losing streak since February as market breadth continues to collapse. The Nasdaq was the least bad horse in the race to the glue factory, and the market's performance is threatening to make September the first loss-making month since January. But for those who know history, this fits well since September is usually seasonally challenged. Along with the happiness, Apple stock suffered after an epic court decision. And I'm sorry for those of you who lost value, but Apple is such a deserving company in my opinion. And in other news, a little more than a month after Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates and Melinda French Gates officially divorced, Bill went on a buying spree and acquired controlling interest in the Four Seasons luxury hotel group. The tech billionaire, who is now a single man and was once known by insiders as a hard-partying womanizer, and who recruited local strippers to attend naked pool parties, cemented controlling interest in the Four Seasons. Gates had also stepped down from Microsoft's board to spend more time on philanthropic activities. But buying the controlling interest of a luxury hotel chain for the super wealthy doesn't sound like philanthropy to me. And now, back to the markets. So let's continue with our discussion from last week with the spiders, the SPY, and we're looking at the 6-month daily chart. And the close on Friday was 445.44. And what we were talking about, and we've talked about many times, is this channel that the price is moving through. And here's the bottom line, consistent for the most part with the 50 EMA, and then the top channel line running through like that. And hey, pretty straight lines for the most part. Now, what we were talking about was the cycle beginning here in mid-May. You can see that the bottoms happen about every month or so. There in mid-June, there in mid-July, mid-August, and we're moving toward mid-September, so we'll see. But also in the cycle, you can see small hesitations right there in the middle, more or less. Hesitations there, here, and then here. So the price does actually have cycles and patterns, as you can see. So we have the monthly move like this, moving up to that channel and down to the bottom channel line, and then here we go. So we're almost there. I would say perhaps maybe mid next week if the cycle remains the same. If we go through, say, on the bottom of this channel line, go through that bottom level, maybe things are changing, but we'll see next week. Moving down into volume. Volume is somewhat consistent as well. The peaks in the sell-offs here, 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 and here also coincide with those downturns. So we'll see if the cycle continues. And into the MAC, we're still well above that zero line, elevated, so the market continues relatively strongly. We're moving on down with the fast line moving through that slow line, and hopefully we stay above 2. It doesn't really matter, but we'll see if this comes on down. It may. That may also signal a change in the cycle. We'll have to be watching very closely. But generally, pretty decent move, continuing on up in a very gentle slope, which means it's continuing to be strong. Pretty much the same thing there in the histogram, above and below that zero line, very balanced. And then here into the price rate of change, you see that we're elevated above that zero line for the most part, with the exception, say, in the mid-month period, every time we hit there. So we have the expectation of a mid-month move on the downside here, mid-September. but all is well for the most part. And there into the RSI, we're at a 36.73, but you can see that the cycle is still pretty strong all the way through here, and I think the expectation is for it to continue. If there is a change in the cycle, again, a change in the price chart would be warranted. Same cycle there in the stochastics, and you can see also in the Williams. Back to the price chart, one last look. Again, be cautious if the move goes below this bottom channel line. We'll pay attention to that in this coming week and revisit next update. And for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.